to the attention of the Galactic Federation of United Planets 5D. Under free will and in the name of Humans for Humanity, and the humans and beings who freely decide to support this written, being the source of all that it is, incarnated in the human beings, aware that I am who, Alpha and Omega, and aware of our human condition, we request the attention of the Galactic Federation of Planets in 5D, with power of the Quadrant Sound 13 and supervision of planet Earth as best proceed in law and manifest. Hereby, we make use of our right of free will to be able to decide for ourselves without interference that hinders human evolution by the Federation or other entity, and how we want and desire the process of human ascension and evolution to unfold on this planet on which we live. And as our right as a star sees, we request that what is expressed in this document before the Galactic Federation of United Planets 5D and the star races that comprise it. Act. First, in this key moment of restoration to the 5D of planet Earth and the peculiarities suffered on this planet by the interaction of the star races in the past and present, in worse or better shape, we feel aggravated and upset with the Galactic Federation of Planets in 5D for not having adequately supervised the evolution of humanity since its formation, allowing external races or entities to manipulate and exercise abuses of power over the humanity that it has developed without the real free will that we should have as a race, and being indoctrinated under limiting concepts and hiding information for your control. Second, due to the management exercised by the Galactic Federation of United Planets in 5D during this period, has created traumas, pain, suffering, and fear, generating such physical, psychic, and karmatic problems to the human race unnecessary. Although it has served for human evolution, we don't accept external suffering for it, much less the interference of other races to achieve it. Third, Humans for Humanity, and all humans who support the content of this document, we are aware of our conditions of being under an imposed 3D, our right to be in 5D, and under the presence of the star races outside and inside the planet where we live, whereby the direct or indirect intervention doesn't cause any trauma to the interaction with the races, as long as it's harmonious and benevolent with us, accepting our responsibilities for our actions and decisions in this process. The above facts applies to the following allegations. As a race with full right to the 5D, the next joint restoration to planet Earth to return to its natural condition, exercising our right to free will to decide our evolution as a star race. We request any activity that the Federation is carrying on the planet that hasn't been agreed with humanity stops immediately and is causing traumatic pain to them. As a new star race, we accept the help and guidance of the races that make up the Federation. We want to relate and collaborate together in our 5D stage of humanity. We request the intervention of the Federation in this process, and we accept this intervention for the liberation of all creations, groups, regressive external races, and problems that are limiting the freedom and well-being of humanity. For this, we are open to dialogue and express our needs in which you can give us support to facilitate our transit to 5D. Due to the past mistakes, due to external costs to humanity, it has been deprived of the right to know its origin, history, and universal laws, as well as the reality that surrounds the planet, with which we request as an urgent measure of intervention that make this information public without limitations, ensuring that humanity becomes aware of this fact, preparing the way for the future presentation of the star races that make up the Federation before humanity. For this, you must remove obstacles such as sectarian groups, cabals, Illuminati, etc., and any organization that is exploiting humanity through mind control, repression, or ignorance that say they must be removed in the least traumatic way for humanity and as quickly as possible. We believe that the plan to liberate humanity must be agreed by all races of the Federation along with humanity, in order to respect our free will of how we want to do this step of evolution. When the time comes, representative of humanity could be appointed, if necessary, since currently no being on the planet represents the humanity in an accepted way. In this case, saving the being who represent themselves before the Federation, supporting the content of this document. Requesting. Having this request by the most feasible means for the communication that we have, please admit it and consider it as a request for admissibility on June of 2020 of planet Earth calendar by virtue of allegations contained in the body of this letter. It is justice that we ask on the Earth on June of 2020